my name is Cody Wood. I will be presenting a midterm project for Elements of Marketing with Mrs. Chapman. So this Elements of Marketing class was all about, well, marketing and business as a whole. So what needs to happen behind the scenes when you're thinking about a business? What needs to happen so that you'll be able to connect with a wide variety of customers, but also those specific customers that you know you want to sell to. So what do you need to do in order to make that specific section of customers enticed in your product, and how are you going to be successful? So for this project, we were tasked with coming up with an original business idea and then putting together everything that we'd learned so far into a presentation, compiling all of those steps, those necessary things that have got to happen before your business is up and running, all into a very clear, very concise presentation. So I came up with my business idea. I thought about the summary, what's my purpose? What's going to be generally, what is it? And then we started delving into everything that we'd learned. So a lot throughout the semester, we were focusing on marketing as a whole, and then understanding your customers, your competitors. How do the two interact? How do you as a business need to shift with the industry? What choices do you need to make to ensure your success? How do you connect with your customers? How do you draw them in so that they want to buy your product and continue to want to buy your product? So we were really breaking down every single step, everything that needs to happen for you to understand your own business and industry. So as you can see, I had a lot of fun color coordinating graphs. It was a nice way to be able to very clearly show my thought processes and what has to happen, A, B, C, D. My product is this, that means my price is this, and so on and so on. We focused a lot on how are you unique? What is that thing that why do people want to buy your product? And how are you going to make sure that they have access to purchasing your product? So working throughout the entire semester, putting in a lot of time to truly understand these concepts. It was very gratifying to see all of that understanding and all of that hard work put into one very beautiful, very color coordinated presentation that accurately showed all the hard work that we've been putting into this course. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Hello, I'm Levi Sierra. I'm an 11th grader at the Personalized Learning Center, and today I'm going to be presenting my Spanish 3 final. This is from Project 3, and for this final I used communicating accurately and precisely. This is pretty much the crucial skill on this project, as it allowed me to talk with my dad, who is behind the camera.
Hello.
And we are able to have this conversation in Spanish. He is a fluent speaker, so I've been able to learn a lot from him this semester, and I'm really hope you enjoy.
¿Cómo está usted?
Estoy bien, gracias. Estoy muy emocionado por tu fiesta. Va a ser un gran éxito.
¿Usted ha decidido en más actividades para la fiesta?
Sí, he planeado muchas cosas maravillosas. Va a haber una banda y una pista de baile. Hay una saxofonista en la banda.
¿Qué pasa si los invitados no quieren hacer estas actividades? ¿Tenemos otras opciones?
Por supuesto, por supuesto. Puedo arreglar que haya un trompetista. También puedo hacer arreglos para que haya un clarineta.
¿Usted ya tiene una idea de cuánto dinero van a costar las actividades?
Sí, el costo va a ser de $500.
¿Qué puedo hacer yo para ayudarte?
Está bien, no necesitas ayudarme.
De acuerdo, estoy muy emocionado para celebrar.
Yo también. Hasta luego y gracias.
Hasta luego.
Hello everyone, my name is Alejandro Rocha and this is my academic showcase presentation. Now, my presentation is about a portfolio problem I did in my sequences and functions project. Now, a sequence and function works this way. You place an input into the box, then the function gives you a different output. To put this into perspective, for every green box added to the cube, my function tells me that for every green dot, they get 2 pink dots. So I place a green dot into the output, the function knows what to do, and it gives me 2 pink dots. That is basically what I did in my portfolio problem. And I could apply this for life. For example, the function now knows that for every dollar that I input, I will get a donut. So if I put $3, I will get 3 donuts because the function knows that for every dollar, it's 1 donut. And I could apply this sequence to determine how many trees there was back in the 1800s. Or I could even determine when California is going to snap away from the United States, which won't probably happen until thousands of years. But the main thing that kept me from progressing in this project was formulas. I just couldn't get a grip of them. Also, quick shout out to Mrs. Masher, who helped me a lot. She's like the coolest teacher, and she helped me pass through these formulas. But if there's something I learned in this project is resilience. The ability to recover quickly from difficulties. And this helped me a lot because I remember this every time that I was stuck in a subject or I was getting help from Ms. Masher. And I learned that every time life knocks you down or you feel like you can't you can't understand the project, makes you feel weak. You can only go one way from that point, and that is up. We can rise faster, higher, and stronger. That is what I learned from this project, and that is what I will take for life. Resilience, a new skill that I learned through my math project. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back. Who's... it's just you. Okay. Where did you go? Where'd you go? What do you mean, where did I go? I didn't go anywhere. You literally just said that you went somewhere, bro. Like, just said that. I'm right here. Am I being punked? What's going on here? What? Whatever. Okay, whatever. Okay. Alright, well, I'm finally done with my lecture to Ali. You want to hear it? I got some places to be. Some of the officers said they wanted me over in the farthest sector area, so I mean... Oh, come on. You're going to hear it. Ready for it? It's amazing. Go. Ready for this? Okay, whatever. To my dearest desire. Sounds good, right? Nice. Yeah. No words can describe my longing to see you and my sorrow for not writing you sooner. My paper was destroyed by the mud of the trenches that I now call home. I have finally saved enough money from cleaning the officers' shoes to buy paper for my comrades, with of which I write to you now. My dearest Ali, I fear that I will not come home the same man I once was, if I come home at all. I killed a German man today, for the sake of Great Britain. But who is this war helping? The man I killed must have had a wife, a mom, children even. I killed no German soldier today. I killed myself. For how is he, a man who blindly fights for the German army, any different from I, who blindly fights for the British? Bro, that was so good. Like, amazing. Can I go now? Am I out? Am I? Oh, quiet. I'm not done yet. Oh, my dearest Allie. My most recent friend must be dead by now. He breathed in the toxic gases that those demons are sending us. For if heaven is indeed perched up in the clouds, then hell is certainly rested on these toxic clouds. But the gases aren't the only ways that they've killed us. Yesterday, I saw planes fighting in the sky a few kilometers away. As one went down, I didn't see any parachutes. I hope that he is okay. Earlier today, I heard that giant rats ate half of our food supplies. Wait, the talkies or like? Shut up. I also heard that tanks would be coming to the trenches soon, but the teller failed to mention whose they were. I guess that I'll learn soon enough. No, you mean we will find out. We will find out when we all get explodified by a tank. That's what you mean. What accent? Where do you even come from? Why do you sound like that? Bruh, chill. What's a bro? Stop, I'm not done. I'm almost done. Oh, Ali, my luck is an odd lover of irony. I have been stationed at Somme, which is now Great Britain's most deadly battle in history. Yet, I have survived. I wonder how many more days I can cheat death. That is, if he would even want me. I haven't showered in days. My feet are sore. Ew. And a rat bit in my ear, which is now turning purple. What? Can I see? Can I see the ear? Yeah, it is. Yeah. See, it's right. No. I'm almost done. Okay, we'll check it out then. Really? Oh, Ali. Wait. Dude, is that why you stink? That's what you got out of that? I stink? Dude, you stink too. You smell. Oh wow, you know, that hurt my feelings. Down here. Yeah. You smell like death. I'm almost done. Oh, Ali, my luck is in order. No. Yeah, I know. Okay, let me find out where I am. Oh, okay, there we go. What have I done to deserve this? What have the men next to me done? On the day of our arrival, we lost an estimated 57,000 men due to injuries. A third of those ended up dying. What even is the cause of this war? Power-hungry men? A bunch of world leaders with new toys to play with, so they decide to throw us into this hell to see how amazing they are? Damn those men, for they dare play with death as kids play with fire when his mother is not home. I still remember my excitement when I was chosen to be positioned here in battle. Oh, how my feelings have changed. No way, dude. You were totally crying on your first day here. Yeah, I remember it all. I remember that. No, I didn't. I had dust in my eyes, okay? That was it. I once would have slit my throat and diced my wrists if it meant for the good of Great Britain. But now I have seen death. I admit the horror of what thousands upon thousands of my comrades have been subdued by, in the form of gas, metal, and suicide.
Yo, how have I ever told you that you sound like Batman? Like,
What is a Batman? Well, who is that? Okay. Recently I heard some talk that the German trenches look like mansions, with actual beds and electricity. Why didn't we think of that? Well, it's probably not true anyway. After all, nobody could get across no man's land. BTW. That's what we call the space in between our trenches and theirs.
wait, BTW? What's that?
BTW. You know, like, by the way? Like, BT dubs. It's what all the kids are saying.
Okay, yeah, cool.
I miss you, Allie. And I will be home before you know it. I love you. Merry Christmas. With love, Alex Ryder. So how was it?
Hey, yeah, I'm up, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Are you
Oh, dude, that's right. Merry Christmas, bro. I got a little gift for you. I got you a little gift for you.
You did? What was it?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
That's what you get. Make you sit through that long letter. Haha.
I'm so done with you. I'm going out. I don't care if I die anymore. Yeah. Oh, this is so uncomfortable. Oh my god. Half the stuff in that letter is gonna get redacted by the government anyway.
Hey, dude, come on. No, stay. No, I'll show you my collection of socks. See, it's my first one. I got polka dots. They're cool. Hey, you like the cool kids? Those are wearing them. Has anybody ever told you that we look really similar? Do you not get that? No?
Hi, my name is Ama Negrete. I am a 9th grader at Classical Academy, and I'll be doing Assassination Classroom. So, let's go on to the video. About Assassination Classroom. I chose this book because it's my favorite book. Well, yeah. It's more complicated than it seems, but I'll give you a little summary. So, the school is divided up or separated by grades. So Class A is where all the A students go, Class B is where all the B students go, and well, you get it. But when someone gives up and stops caring about their grades, they go to Class E. And that's where everything started. One day, this random thing came into their class. And it was a person who blew up the moon. The students had to assassinate him by March of next year. And if they do that together, they win 30 million yen. But if they don't successfully do it, then he blows up the earth. Yes, kind of seems fair. They have to keep it a secret and no one can know. The thing is the teacher. The students call him Kuro-sensei, which means unkillable teacher. Kuro-sensei can move up to Mob 20, which means he could go to Hawaii in 30 minutes. And the kids have a challenge, and the person who made this manga was Yusai Matsui. So some quotes from Assassination Classroom. Sorry about all of that in the back. But the past you've lost will never come back. I myself made so many mistakes, but we can learn from the past, so don't repeat it. So we don't repeat it, sorry. Kuro-sensei. Please remember that there are times to take someone's hand and lead them along, but also times when you must be stern and let them feel bad. Let them fend for themselves, Kuro-sensei. And when backed into a corner, the first order of business is assessing your options, Kuro-sensei. So those are all the quotes, and thank you for your time and everything. Sorry for the stutter and all the mistakes.
My name is Gracie, and I am doing my academic showcase on the cognitive skill organizing and representing information. I demonstrated this cognitive skill in my first Spanish project, Después de la Escuela, where I got a score of 5.5. This project was taught by Profe Neuenhuis in my Spanish 2 class. For this project, I had to create an application for a club written in Spanish. I chose to make my club for dance. This is my final product. It says El Club de Bailo. We had to explain certain requirements in order to be in the club, such as who should be a member or what are we going to do and learn in this club. Everything that we wrote had to be in Spanish. And for this project, I feel like I mainly practiced self-regulation because we are not physically in school anymore, so I felt more trusted even though it was forced by having to stay home. I felt like I had more responsibility, so I really wanted to try my best to prove that I could be trusted. I also think that I demonstrated resilience in the same way through this cognitive skill. Through this semester, Spanish is becoming much easier to speak and learn. I did struggle with the reflexive verb content assessment, which I took twice. The first attempt I got a 5 out of 10, but I improved the next time I took it by passing with an 8 out of 10. After high school, I want to go right into college, and I would like to start a business. Being able to speak Spanish will expand the communication so I could have a wider variety of people within the business. I would also like to act in shows and movies and stuff, and maybe even bake, start a business with baking and stuff. But thank you so much for listening to my academic showcase. Adios!
Hola, mi llama es Sofía Na. Tengo 16 años. Today I will be talking about this flyer that is titled ¿A qué dedicas tu tiempo libre? Or how do you spend your free time? Now, here it talks about what the flyer and the main information of the flyer. La mayoría de las jóvenes mexicanos dedican gran parte de su tiempo a estudiar, a otros a trabajar, pero cuando tienen ratos de ocio, which is mainly talking about how this is talking about how teens spend their free time when they're not doing work or school. And then the following thing next to that is Kyuhei-san, which is asking us, what do we do in our free time? Now, down here are different things and people do in their free time and the percentages they do it with. So the most common thing that teens in Mexico do in their free time is ver television, or watch television, which occupies about 51% of their time. Now, we see the second most popular thing down here in Etucar Musica, which takes up about 41.6% of their time, and a lot of 8.8% of people like to walk with their music, or salir a caminar. Now, there are many other activities, though, they like to do in their free time, such as salir con la pareja, or go on dates, ir al cine, watch a movie, ver deporte, or watch sports, jugar videojuegos, play video games, ir a bailar, dance, ir de compras, go shopping, acudir a bares, bilars, o cantinos. This is going to bars, which is not a very popular thing here for teens, at least if they like to follow the rules. Then we have ir a conciertos, teatros, danzas, museos. This is going to concerts, theaters, dancing, music, museums. And then we have ir de paseo al campo o la playa, or going to the beach. Here we have descansar, dormir, or sleeping, which is one of my favorite things to do. Then we have utilizar la computadora, internet, or use the computer and internet. Leer, read. Reunirse con amigos o familiares, go see your friends and family. Participar, deporte o actividad física, which is practicing sports or doing physical activity. Cosas del hogar, which is spending time at home, like doing home stuff, whatever you do at home. Terminar trabajos atrasados, or doing homework, so finishing up that day's homework. Fiestas, which is partying. And for the thing that they do the least is ir a la ciudad, which is go into town, which is the least common thing that many of them do. Now, down here we also have some interesting facts. Contrario a la tendencia en países como estudias unidas, las videojuegos no ocupan un lugar primodo en el espacio de ocio de las juvas mexicanas. That's talking about how many teens in Mexico, unlike teens in the United States, don't like spending a lot of their time playing video games. And how they prefer to do other things in their free time. Like what they tell us over here, para las jóvenes la mayor manera de usar su tiempo libre es viendo televisión seguido por escuchar música o dormir o descansar, which is basically saying that teens like to spend their free time watching television, or if they can't do that, they like to listen to music, sleep, or rest. Now, down here, we have, and finally, we have La Real Academia Español define ocho como la división un acapana posada especialmente en ambos de ignino o tiempo libre de una persona que ocupa para creer. This is the Real Academy of Spain define ocho, or resting, as leisure such as division or restful occupation, especially in works of ingenuity or free time, of a person who occupies to create, which is basically saying that it's restful or productive time that isn't used for work or other activities such as that. It's to rest you and get you ready for the next day and for other activities you have to face. So, yet again, me llama Sofia. Thank you for listening.
Hello, I'm Jackson and I'm a junior at Classical Academy, and I'm going to be presenting a project for my Spanish 3 class, my teacher was Miguel Cervantes, and the project was called El Verano Pasado, which means the last summer. And it was an explanation of what we did last summer and what our favorite parts were. So what I got a 6.5 on this, which is an A on the organization, transition, cohesion, and structure, cognitive skill, and that's what I'm going to be presenting today. So the habit of success that I exemplified most this semester, I'd say, was executive functions, which basically means your organization and how you organize your time. And I made lists and put all my tasks together in one list so I could see everything I had to do for the semester, for the week actually, sorry. And the habit of success that impacted my ability to master this cognitive skill, the organization, was also executive functions, because it has helped me to organize my thoughts and ideas into well-formulated final products. In this Spanish project, El Verano Pasado, I had to write down the accounts of the summer and what my favorite parts were, so this helped me to organize it into a fluid, cohesive, understandable sentence. Now, I am going to... I have become... One way I have grown this semester is I've become a lot more independent and have more self-aware, mainly of my weaknesses and limits. So I had to drop class because I took on too much, and I realized that ahead of time, and so I dropped it, and I am ending good. And a struggle that I overcame or something I improved at this semester, I've definitely improved at my organization a lot. I've been making a list of tasks like I've said earlier, and I've been making it to where I can easily see everything that I need to get done, and it makes it to where I don't really have to think about it because I have a priority order and I just do it. And my goals and aspirations for after high school, I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I know I want to go to college somewhere. I've been jumping around to different areas that I want to study, but they've all mainly been in engineering, and I don't really know what programs I want to be in, but most recently I've been looking more into the computer science roles and those majors, so that's going to be interesting. Thanks for listening. Adios. Hasta luego.
Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about my AP Calculus final project. The project says, a race team, driver, race manager, and agent are in need of assistance. They plan on entering a truck race with a course that contains an open desert portion and a road track portion. The road track is a straight track with a finish line 50 miles directly east from the start of the road track. Drivers start at a point in the desert 40 miles directly north of where the road track begins. So to start out, I heard those points and I made this triangle representing the race. So we know that the start, which is right here, is 40 miles north. So we can write that down, 40 miles north. And we know that this road track starts right here, goes to the finish, and in total that is 50 miles. 50 miles. Now, obviously, there's a lot of options they could do right here. They could go straight through the desert, like this. They could go all the way down and then all the way on the road track. But there's a couple more factors we need to hear about first. The driver has tested his truck and can travel 45 miles per hour on the desert track, right here, and 75 miles per hour on the road track. The team that reaches the finish line in 85 minutes or less will win the race. Your task is to determine the route that will minimize the time of travel in order for your team to win the race. So basically, they don't just want to win. They want to absolutely destroy the competition. So in order to start solving this problem, first we need to make an equation. Now what I started to do is I started to realize that the easiest way to solve for one variable, which is the first step of optimization, would be to change the amount traveled on the road. So basically what I'm doing is for every 1 mile, this angle is changing and you're traveling less on the dirt and more on the street. You could go at this angle and travel a ton on the road, or you could go here and travel hardly at all on the road. So I started to graph it and I eventually came up with this equation. We get T equals, so this is the time it takes, the square root of 40 squared plus 50 minus x squared. And then we're multiplying that by 60 over 45. Now we're adding to this x times 60 over 75. This is our equation. So whatever we plug in for x, that's how many miles are traveled on the actual road. So what we want to find is the absolute minimum time. So we can do this a few ways. We can do this by graphing if we want to go quickly, but what we're supposed to do is take the derivative. So the derivative of this equation, t prime, is equal to 4/5 minus 4 times 50 minus x on the top over the square root of 3 times the square root of 50 minus x squared plus 1600. Now, plugging this in, we can find that there's a convenient 0 at t prime is equal to 0 at 20. Now, we have 20, so we know that's when, because it's the derivative at 20, that means it's flat, so it's either a minimum or a maximum. Now, we could take the second derivative, or we could realize that if we go to 21, or let's say any number above 21, basically doing the candidates test, we find that 20 is a minimum. Now this means that at 20 miles traveled on the road track, we will have the minimum possible time to complete this race. We can do a little bit of trigonometry and find out that the final path should look something like this. Okay, if this is the start, this is where the road track begins. We'll travel 20 miles on the road, right here. We'll travel approximately 44 miles right here. And we'll start out at an angle of about 26.5 degrees. So in the end, 20 miles on the road track would be the shortest fastable track. This is the trajectory we would want to take. Thank you so much for watching.
Sequences and Functions by Cameron Cooper. What are sequences and functions? Sequences and functions are used to find patterns and predict the next steps in data. Basically, you can think of them as, if blank happens to x, blank will happen to y. There are two types, geometric and algebraic. An algebraic function is when the increase or decrease is multiplication or subtraction. A geometric function is when the increase or decrease is by multiplication or division. Here's an example. There are 3 figures. We keep each one bigger than the last. The first figure has 8 blocks. The second one has 11, and the third one has 14. You can see every step adds 3 blocks. Because it's adding 3 blocks, we can tell that this is an algebraic function. Now that we know it's algebraic, we can begin to create a function. All functions begin with f and a variable. In this case, we use n. To find the number of blocks in any step, we must start with x.